speak up, please, we can't hear you.
Yeah, we'll try, but we don't have microphones, so, yeah.
So some things we're doing in student government right now is we're competing in this month's Johnston Renaissance Program competition. We'll give $500 to the winning school, and this month's focus is the concept of gratitude. So during lunch periods, we're going to out these little note cards, and students are going to write thank yous to anyone they want, and we're going to post them up on a wall in the atrium of the school after they're approved to be appropriate. Yes. Yeah, just like anyone they're grateful to have in their lives. For this weekend, and if you win, you get $500 for our student government. Another big focus of ours is the leadership conference this November on the 24th to 26th. It's really cool, and I'm really hoping to steal some fun ideas for us to do for spirit days or activities, guest speakers, and other things.
Thank you.
My report's very easy. I'm turning it over to Greg Payne. He is our curriculum area lead teacher for the music department. And as you can see, we have a number of students here tonight that are going to be recognized for some pretty stellar accomplishments. So without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Payne. Thanks for being here.
Thank you, Jamie, and thank you to the board for giving us an opportunity for some pretty awesome academic recognitions this evening. We had a real banner year for music acceptance at the state level. And the students that we have here this evening are just some of the students who are accepted into either an area all-state or a conference all-state performing ensemble. For these kids, that journey started 10, if not 12 months ago. They carefully selected solos and worked with music teachers, and they did a lot of practicing. And practice is an interesting word. Yes, I see heads shaking there. Practice is an interesting word because each of us in this room has practiced something at some point, but a lot of times practicing a solo is very lonely, and it's really a solitary activity as opposed to, some of the teams that they go to and practice on sporting events and stuff like that. So it's a really remarkable amount of work that they put in, and I'm just so super proud of them. The process itself is interesting. We've all been nervous at some point in our lives, but they prepare something for 10 months and they walk into a room with someone they don't know, and they perform a prepared solo, and then they're asked to perform something they've never seen before. They get 60 seconds to do that, and for our instrumentalists, they also get random scales drawn out of a hat. Percussionists, they have to show off some pretty cool stuff. So it is a really amazing feat that they all did. Once their scores come back, we put them into the pool from a regional area, and of the 7-county area that represents NISMA Zone 2 in our region, we had one of the best years Canandaigua's had in probably about a decade for participation. So yeah, I'm just super proud of that. So at the November 1st and 2nd, we had 11 students from junior high, and that designation is grades 7, 8, and 9. They traveled to York Central School District. It was a haul. Yes, junior high students. It was a haul. It was thanks, moms and dads, for driving way out there. They performed and prepared some incredible music. So at the junior high level, and kids, I've got some certificates. We'll figure out how to pass those out. And not everybody's here tonight. But when you hear your name, if you could stand up, please. From the junior high level, we had Zeka Santos, Kate Moles, Melody Crystal, Evie Roller, Lorenzo D'Agostino Gifford, Danny Holman, Ben Chrysler, Aiden Aida, Anjali Kleppinger Matthew, Alyssa Maxfield, and Evelyn Shanks. At the senior high level, just this past weekend, these guys spent all Friday afternoon and Saturday performing at Newark. And the feedback I just heard was that it was an amazing musical experience for some of them. And we had 14 students at the high school level. And they are Maya Fantuzzi, Delaney Gallahan, Holly Field, Corinna Moscato, Taryn Campbell, Jude Lofton, Aaron Miller, Jenna Wallace, Colton Lamb, Sylvia Meek, Stella Oliviera, Brianna Moore, Ben Roller, and Ellie Martin. All right, we have play auditions. Musical auditions just started today too, so I know there's students running. Okay, Now, what's really exceptional is that that's the regional level, 7-county area. At the statewide level, they call it Conference All-State. We had 4 students be accepted, and that's the most we've had in Canandaigua in a decade, since in 10 years. 4 students, and we had a bonus. We had another student who was accepted as an alternate. So, not here tonight, but Ella Palvino was accepted as an alternate for jazz piano for the Conference All-State Jazz Ensemble. Ben Roller is playing percussion in the orchestra. Jillian Vitt is playing violin in the orchestra. Maya Fantuzzi and Corinna Moscato are both singing with a choir up at Conference All-State. Congratulations to them. I'll finish this all off with this, but Ben and Jillian, they also put their names in the hat for one step further, and that is if you're eligible for that, you can put together another packet of audition material, send it off to all Eastern, which is 25 states, the entire Eastern seaboard basically, and we're still awaiting those results, so we'll keep our fingers, that's right, we'll keep our fingers crossed for Ben. So thank you all for being here, for families for allowing us to celebrate their academic achievements in this way. Thanks for a couple of minutes of your time.
I would just like to thank all of our teachers who put in so much time and dedication. Yes, our students do practice, and you're passionate about it, and you're using your spare time to do what you do, and families, you support their endeavors. Our teachers are very integral in that too. I often see them here well into the evenings with groups of students, with smaller groups of students, making sure that they are getting whatever they need so they can compete at these high levels. I'd also mention that our enrollment as a district, like most districts in New York State, continues to decline. But what I find remarkable actually is our enrollment in music programs has stayed pretty steady despite our decline in overall enrollment. And that's an attribute to this community's value around the arts, around music, whether it's performance or visual arts. This community values it and puts it at just as high of a esteem as our athletic programs. And to me, that's something to be very proud of, that not every school actually looks at it that way, but Canandaigua does. And I know that's something I'm incredibly proud of. And for those of you who are out there, and I know the board knows this, you know this. If you want to see our students on full display with their musical abilities, go to the prison concert. It'll be your favorite thing you go to all year long. Compared to anything, it's incredible. No pressure. Okay. But
It's less than 1 month away.
It is remarkable. So thank you, all of you, for all you do to make arts important in our community.
All right, we have a capital outlay project that's a roll call out for motions, please. Amy, stop. Any questions or comments? Whenever you're ready. Mrs. Calabrese? Yes. Mr. Johnson?
Yes.
Mrs. Miller?
Yes.
Mrs. Personality?
Yes.
Mr. Palomini?
Yes.
Dr. Schneider?
Yes.
Mrs. Tessendorf?
Yes.
Mrs. Thomas?
Yes.
Mrs. Grimm?
Yes. Great, thanks, Deb. And we have a consensus and supplemental, for motions, please. Amy? Jenny, questions or comments? All in favor? That carries unanimously, thank you. Milton audit, please?
So audit met on Friday, and we had 2 reports from our outside auditor, Tom Zuber, and Tom shared with us the results of our single audit, focused in on the federal funds, focused on the special education, the clean audit, unqualified opinion. For the extra classroom audit, also a fairly clean audit based upon what we know about these funds and how we meet the expectations of getting funds in a timely manner. We also approved the corrective action, which you saw in the packet.
Thank you.
So CIE met last week, and it was absolutely a wonderful meeting. We got to hear from educators from all of our different buildings, or almost all of our different buildings, proposing different projects that they were looking for grants for excellence for, and they were just wonderful. And everything from using board games to improve vocabulary acquisition in the middle school, to using music, as you were seeing, right, and the first grade classroom to enhance other types of learning as well and build community among students, to support EML club at the PES, to use some audiobooks to teach reading skills. It was really exciting to see the ideas that people have come up with. We approved a request to add a new music class, studio orchestra, which sounds really exciting, which will bring just another musical opportunity and different repertoire for our students who are interested in exploring their musical abilities in other ways. And we got a professional development update, and it's really exciting to hear about all of the learning that our staff are doing, and the way that they're taking advantage of it really early in the year.
The studio orchestra, is that during school or an after school?
So it's during school. It functions in a similar way as jazz band does. So we have sort of the regular bands, right? Symphonic. But then you have this every other day jazz band for students who want to do more music during the day and play different types of music than you do with the standard band. So studio orchestra does a similar thing for our string players. And we haven't had that other opportunity for them during the curricular day. So theoretically, it might work opposite jazz band. Obviously, Stendeling is its own really fun activity that happens at another time, but it's to create another opportunity for them.
Thank you.
Yeah. Sure. So the DEI Advisory Committee met at the end of October, and it was also a great meeting we spent a lot of the time on building share outs to hear about the work that's happening in each of our buildings to make sure that all of our students feel a sense of belonging and like they value and they matter to all of us in the district. So we heard about some work that the middle school's done in terms of creating middle school expectations for all students. That was really a collaborative process between teachers and administrators and students. And a lot of the ideas came from students themselves valuing their voices. And then they're being displayed in many different languages to include all of the students and families in our district. And about other lessons that are being developed, focusing on really building a positive community based on respect and honesty and integrity. At the academy, we learned about different ways, again, that student voices are being highlighted across the academy in a lot of different ways, from student government to a whole variety of different activities that are happening. And the work that students are doing, again, to help create welcoming and inclusive classroom environments for everybody. We talked about professional learning happening at the district level, around different techniques, again, to honor student voice and contribution so that every single one of our students feels like they have a place in all of their different learning environments. And we talked about universal learning that's happening across the staff around strategies and language to foster inclusive classrooms where all students feel seen and valued, and how to address it when that's, or if that's not happening. We talked about the continuing work that's happening to create welcoming and affirming environments in our buildings, especially in the entryways, and we saw evidence of work that's happening in the PES, at the middle school, at the CACC, and at the academy, and the way that they're balancing having more information available for families and really welcoming tone and message. And then looked at some more ideas to continue that work that will balance having some consistency across the district, but also entryways and visuals that reflect the individuality of each school and the age appropriateness of the kids who are in that building. Ideas included everything from signs offering welcome in a whole variety of languages that are spoken in our district to different designs that use photos of all of our buildings, of landmarks that are important for us in Canandaigua, that highlight our students and the different ways they contribute to our community. Sorry, it's a little long.
Okay, just before I adjourn the meeting, I'll ask that all visitors to the district leave the building and the premises at the conclusion of the meeting, please. I will ask for a motion to adjourn. Jenny and Jeff, all in favor. Thank you for being here tonight, everybody, and a happy Thanksgiving.